I have to be honest with you. When I started my business, I made some really big mistakes. And in this video, I'm sharing with you the 5 biggest mistakes that I've made in my business. So stay tuned. ¿Qué onda, mi gente? I'm Jay Franco. And in this video, I'm talking about the 5 biggest mistakes that I did when I started my business. I have to share them with you because it's so important for all of those that are starting to build a business on their own or having the idea of being an entrepreneur and getting a business started for yourself. Just the thought of going out on a limb and starting something from scratch where you have no support, no nothing in the groundwork is so scary. But with these 5 mistakes that I'm sharing with you, I hope that you don't do them also, and I hope that this actually helps to accelerate your success on your entrepreneurial journey. The first mistake I made was not asking more questions. How many of you are guilty of not asking questions because you feel and you fear that people are gonna think that you sound dumb or not knowledgeable or that you don't know what you're talking about, especially when you tell your friend, I'm gonna start my own business. And what happens? You start asking questions and the first thing that comes out of your friend's mouth is like, you don't even know what you're talking about and you're gonna start this business. So if you've ever felt you were not knowledgeable, you felt dumb, insecure, and you felt like you had no idea what you were doing when you first started your business, I want you to comment below and say, you know what? I'm guilty of not asking questions when I first started. Oftentimes you don't want to sound not put together or that you don't know what you're doing, especially when you just told someone you're starting your own business. And then you go and you start asking questions about how to start this business, and you don't want to be seen as a person that doesn't know what they're doing. But let me tell you something. Asking questions means growth hacking. The more questions you ask and the more that you're out there trying to figure things out, not just on your own, but letting others tell you how to figure things out, you will literally 10x your business growth. You will get on that path of really knowing securely what you should be doing and you shouldn't be doing. The second biggest mistake that I did, that I think we all get caught up when we're just starting to do our business, is focusing on uniqueness. A lot of times, whether it's a restaurant or you're a virtual assistant, or you're a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, or for me, I'm a marketer. We focus so much on being so unique and so different than everyone else in the freaking world that we forget that it's not about being completely unique. Yes, people are attracted to you. They're attracted to exactly who you are, what you are, and how God made you. But here's the thing. You don't have to know it all. Remember the first mistake I made was not asking questions? Well, the second one is probably wanting to know too much in too little time and trying to be unique and as unique as possible in comparison to your competition. Well, you don't need to be unique to be successful. What you need to do is you need to be able to just solve someone else's problem better than the other guy. So I may have a hack or a tip or a method of doing something in the marketing industry that is very different and unique than someone else who's literally my direct competitor and is pretty much just like me, right? Because we probably went to the same schools or have similar educational backgrounds, or we spend countless of hours studying social media and countless of hours performing it and working in social media and learning it, that we probably both know the same tricks or the same tips or the same hacks or the same, tactics. But if you can find a way to solve someone's problem differently than the next guy, then guess what? You don't have to worry about being unique to be successful. All you have to do is to be relatable and to find solutions to people's problems. So again, when you're starting your business, focus on solving problems. Don't focus on being completely unique and having this huge backstory on your brand. Your brand will come and your brand will be developed over time. And as you grow in your business, your brand starts to strengthen and take wind. The third mistake I made was letting others determine how I feel about my business. This one, oh man, this one hurts a little bit. And one of the reasons why I made this mistake is because I would go online and look at my competitors and look at everyone else that's in my industry, look at the people that are also not just in my industry, but in my industry, in my city, in my neighborhood. And I look at all of the deals, the gigs, the partnerships, and everything they were getting. And I'm like, man, I suck. I'm not getting anything. I'm not doing it like that. I don't have these big deals. I don't have big clients. I don't have big gigs. And that was a huge mistake that I made when I first started. I hated feeling this way. I hated feeling this feeling of failure or not enough because I was too busy and focused on what everyone else and their success was doing. I started making sure and making myself aware of what success means to me. Success for them is something different than what success means to me. Honestly, when I first started, in my head, I was so worried about everybody else and what everybody else was doing that I forgot that I'm just starting and they've already been doing this for such a long time. So we were in different parts of the race. The fourth mistake, that this one will make or break your business instantly, is not investing in where you want your business to go or your business to grow. When you first start your business, step back and say, what are the things that I need to purchase now? Or what are the things, the softwares, the employees, all of those things that I need to gather now that will secure my success in the future. Think about where you want to go strategically within 1 year and how much you want your business to grow, and set that and start making a tactical action plan to achieve that goal. And one of the reasons why is because 4 years ago when I started my business, right after, or I think it was like the last year of my graduate school program, I started my marketing agency, and I did not invest in Adobe. I did not invest in cameras. I did not invest in programs. I didn't even invest in software. I needed to automate my business and I couldn't do it. I started taking on clients and I was manually posting when I should have just went ahead and started getting them on software to automate the business. Also for myself, I found myself that I had to post for my clients, I had to post for myself, I had to edit, I had to do this, I had to do that, and I didn't have the software to do all the things that I need to do. And let me tell you, if you're thinking of becoming a social media manager or a marketer, Canva is a great tool for entrepreneurs and business owners who are just starting. But it is not a tool for marketers. It's a quick fix to something that you may need in 3 seconds. But let me tell you, if you really want to start playing in the big leagues, you've got to think like a big agency and get the things that you need so that your agency can thrive and grow. You know, another thing that I didn't do, as I said, not investing in your business, is not investing right away on employees, interns, or even just outsourcing. Outsourcing is so huge. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm pretty crafty, very creative, but again, I'm not a graphic designer. So if I needed big logo projects or huge poster projects, or I needed to create mock-ups of what certain products would look like when we rebrand them, guess what? I can kind of wing it, but it's not gonna be what I wanna present to my clients. So guess what I did? I outsourced it. I found a group of people that I constantly outsource work to. And the reason why is because I continue to keep them on my team. So they're AKA literally part of my agency. I'm just outsourcing them because they don't work for me all the time. They're on a project based only. But I developed my relationships with them, and now when I have huge projects, I can easily call them up, get on a video call, or meet with them, and I can describe the thought process. I can describe the rebranding or the branding initiative, and they know exactly what I'm thinking and they can see the vision. So outsourcing is one of those things that you cannot afford not to invest in when you're first starting your business. Hiring an employee, even if it means that you gotta hire like a high school kid that is a whiz in Adobe Photoshop, that you're gonna pay them $7 an hour or a few bucks a week to do some work for you. Last but not least, the number 5 biggest mistake that I make is taking bigger risks. Man, when I was young, I would take every single risk that there was. I was not afraid of change. I was not afraid of risk. I was not afraid of not having anything. I've been there, done that. I remember at one time I worked for Allstate, and like a few months later I was working for State Farm Insurance, and I got let go because I signed a non-compete at Allstate, and I didn't care where I was gonna go next or what I was gonna do next, because guess what? I decided to pivot and go into another industry and take the risk of starting all over again in my career. Well, in your business, it's so important not to make this mistake. Is not to take risks when it comes to your business because you feel like you're going to fail. And I started feeling that like a scaredy cat kind of feeling going on, where like, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to fail. Because if I fail, people are going to think that I don't know what I'm doing. And if people don't think that I know what I'm doing, I'm not going to get any clients. And it was like this constant like going over and over thought process in my head that started overwhelming me and crippling me and keeping me from not taking a risk and saying, screw it, if I fail, I fail. But you know what? What am I going to learn out of it? At the end of the day, if I fail flat on my face, what did I learn from this failure? Because failure is just a reset button, and it's a way to give you a different perspective in your business. It will really help you grow. Failure should not be taken as this is an end all be all, like that's it, that's the end of my business. I've started and failed at several businesses in my life. I've been an entrepreneur almost all my life, and I've had numerous businesses, but let me tell you, I've learned from every single one of my businesses. And when I'm telling you that one of those biggest mistakes was not using help, not getting employees, not outsourcing, that happened even before when I was younger and I had another business. That is one of the mistakes that will keep you from growing your business as well as taking risks in your business. Don't be afraid to push through those learning curves. As you fail, you're literally learning new information and pushing through those learning curves. Mistakes that you can avoid now before you start your entrepreneurial journey, or if you just started your business, use these mistakes that I've made in my past to help you grow and hack your growth in your business right away. If you found these useful, please drop in the comments, let me know if you just started your entrepreneurial journey. Let me know in the comments right now if you just started, or I've had my business, I need to grow it, or for a long time and I feel like I'm stuck. These tips are definitely gonna help me. So make sure you drop that in the comment. Let me know how this video helped you. Bueno, como siempre mi gente, make sure to like and subscribe as I bring you new videos every single Thursday that talk about how to build your personal brand by mastering your mindset, making your mark, and marketing it on social media. Como siempre, besitos a toda mi gente y nos vemos la próxima semana.